Welcome to The Valley's Voice, Arizona Live's Legal Truths.
Hello and welcome to The Valley's Voice, Arizona Live's and Legal Truths. I'm your host, Travis Meltzer, founder and managing attorney at Valley Injury Law. This show celebrates people building the Valley, and our guest exemplifies just that. Chloe Cleveland of State 48 helps shape the collabs you see on tees, at games, and in fundraisers across the entire state by blending Arizona style with real community work. Chloe, thank you so much for coming on.
Of course, Travis. Thank you so much for having me.
No, I appreciate it. I mean, candidly, you and State 48 were kind of my, our, as a firm, like first connection to really kind of get that name out there. And it's incredible to watch you grow inside State 48 while we continue to keep moving forward. So thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you. I think you guys are on your seventh or eighth different collaboration design with us. So
yeah, some of them. Yeah, I put some of them behind me. If you can't see those. So you're originally from Arizona, right?
Correct. I am born and raised. I grew up in Queen Creek, Arizona.
Being from Queen Creek, what's really that first, I don't want to say connection to Arizona, because apparently that's birth, but what really led you to State 48?
Yeah, I have lived in Arizona my entire life, and I've always, flirted with the idea of moving, but as I got older, realized really this is where I call home. I love it here. I have been following State 48 for many years. I've worked here for 7 years, and the way I got involved was actually through my love of baseball. So growing up in Arizona, I have been an Arizona Diamondbacks fan since birth. I have always loved baseball, and I worked for the Arizona Diamondbacks when I was going to school at ASU. That is how I met the team at State 48, and then came on to work from them after I graduated.
No, that's amazing. I mean, it's rare that I would say that you fall into it, but it's rare that you join something straight out of college and candidly stay with it. And it just kind of, and it just shows what kind of company State 48 really is. And, especially for the people here in Arizona. Now, before partnerships and really, how we met, what did early career Chloe look like? And was there any pivotal mentor or moment that really kind of pushed you into this collab sort of lane?
Yeah, great question. I mean, I did not really know what I wanted to do when I grew up. When I was younger, even in high school, I was swearing I was not going to go to college. Nothing stood out to me in particular. But of course, I ended up going to college. So I went to Arizona State University and studied marketing. And while I was studying marketing, I fell in love with just the atmosphere of partnering and branding and creativity and so many things that marketing encompasses. And I was able to actually combine that with my love for baseball. So that is how I started working for the Arizona Diamondbacks. I thought I was going to work there long term. I envisioned myself then having a career in sports. And once I graduated college, it was 2020, so the year of the pandemic where we were all stuck inside and there was no sports. So that quickly changed my entire career path, just because if I was going to, continue to work for the Diamondbacks, they would obviously need to be having baseball games, but there were no games. So I had to make a quick decision to do something else. But it's funny because when that time came, I had an offer from the Diamondbacks to work for them once the season had resumed normally, but I also had an offer to work with State 48 and kind of go into a more managerial role, which was helping develop the business. And I chose State 48, obviously, and I don't ever regret it. It's been an amazing ride, but that's kind of how I had gotten involved in what in my early stages led me here.
Yeah, it's funny. No, but it's funny when I ask that question. It's early stages. It's it's not like your career's been decades.
This is early stage.
Yeah, the last 5 years, Chloe. Well, no. So describe what you do now. I know. I think recently promoted, right, to director of partnerships. Is that your new title?
So I would say technically I am a partnerships manager. Really, I am a go-to person here at State 48 for anyone who wants to work with us on anything. So whether that is co-branded t-shirts, it's custom t-shirts, it's art and branding projects, it's social media campaigns, anything that you're looking to do where you're working directly with our team, I am your person. So I oversee mainly all of our collaborations where we create custom co-branded designs for other businesses and organizations. And I also assist with seeing over, our partnerships with people just on the custom side of things too, where we're not co-branding, we're just printing merchandise.
Do you have, with all the collabs that you've done, is there, your favorite collab story that really kind of that resonates with you? Maybe like a charity T-shirt, other than my firm, of course, or or any cause-driven drops that you guys have done?
Totally. I mean, there's so many. Like I don't ever want to say, this one's my favorite, but so I'm just thinking, maybe this year, right? We
Yeah.
recently got the opportunity to work with a young girl named Sutton. She, and this partnership came about through Make-A-Wish. So she had a bowel disease and was granted a wish by Make-A-Wish, and her wish was to collaborate with State 48 on t-shirts to sell and raise money for her program at Phoenix Children's Hospital. So one, that was such an honor. And it was so crazy to hear that, when you are granted a wish from Make-A-Wish, like you can do anything you want. And her wish was to give back to her program through working with us. So we got to work super closely with her on this project this year. She actually came into our office, worked directly with our creative team, designed her own collaboration t-shirt, and then we have it for sale currently in the PCH gift shop. It's online and in our retail stores as well. So that one was just really special that we were able to give back, grant a wish, raise awareness, create a cool design, like all these different things within just one partnership this year.
Yeah. No, that's incredible. That's yeah, I'll say it for you. That was obviously Chloe's favorite design for this. Just kidding. No, that's incredible. And I think I actually saw that pop up on your guys' social media and even yours social media. I think it's incredible what you guys have done. And, I know with State 48's always leaned really hard into local pride and service. How do you keep it for yourself, like Authentically Arizona, with these collaborations?
Yeah, great question again. I mean, we work with businesses of all types, all sizes. So whether you're a school, you're a huge company, you're a small business, you're a nonprofit, doesn't matter. And I think that's what really helps us appeal to the Arizona as like our entire audience, right? Is there are no limits as to who we will and will not work with. We are open to working with everybody and really want to make designs cool for everyone in our state, no matter what type of business you are. So that keeps us very authentically Arizona, I would say, simply because we are partnering with anyone in the state.
Yeah, no, agreed. I mean, it's one of those, even before I became one of those businesses, I had always seen, companies and local restaurants have used State 48 to even use their uniforms in some places.
Yeah.
There's a breakfast place. What is it? Not Over Easy? Over Easy.
Over Easy?
Yes,
Yeah.
nailed it. So yeah, Over Easy, great breakfast place. Total side note. So tell me how the partnerships that you create, or I mean, even at State 48, intersect with the State 48 Foundation and its support for Arizona entrepreneurs.
Absolutely. Our foundation was founded in 2020 and has just done nothing but grow ever since, which is so amazing to see. And it's really cool to see the crossover of how many people have partnered with us on apparel and t-shirts that now also are involved with our nonprofit. The State 48 Foundation's goal is to help out aspiring entrepreneurs. So we provide free resources, grant funding, and so many other things to those that are attempting to start their own journey in entrepreneurship, just like Mike, Stefan, and Nicholas did when they founded State 48. So a lot of our partners have loved to be involved with that, whether it's donations, sponsorships, or providing resources too. A lot of the involvement from our partners isn't just monetary, it's really like their presence and their services that they're able to then offer to people who are coming to our foundation events.
Yeah, no, that's incredible. I know I hope to be involved here soon. I was almost involved last year with the poker thing, and it just, for whatever reason, my calendar didn't work. But this year, mark my words, we'll be there. I promise. It's going to be recorded now. So now I just look like a guy that's,
Perfect.
So I'll be there. No, but you're right. I've always loved your guys' foundation. I've had friends that have been in it. It's incredible to see because that's not something you see very often in terms of entrepreneurial support. Being one myself and just you never really, other than friends, it's like who's done this before. But it's really nice to you guys have created a community. So I commend you for that.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I think it's definitely apparent that whether you're an entrepreneur or not, you can benefit from the work that our foundation's doing. I obviously did not start State 48. I have not started my own business, but every time I attend one of our events, I learn something new from the amazing people that are involved.
No, that's awesome. No, it's amazing. So what I'd like to do is change the pace up a little bit. So we'll do a little quick fire where I'd like to get your first instinct. And then if you can name the Arizona spot that comes to mind. No pressure. This is not Chloe's favorites. I apologize if somebody is not named with these answers, but I'd like to hear this. So where do you get your breakfast burrito?
I hate eggs. I don't eat breakfast burritos, but I am getting bagels at Bagel Felds.
Okay. Oh, man. It's so funny. I never thought I would have to ask if somebody likes breakfast, but I do. How about, do you like tacos, Chloe?
I do like tacos,
okay.
Yes.
Where do you get those?
Elmer's Tacos in Chandler.
Elmer's. Okay, never been. So now it's one I haven't heard. How about Coffee Run? Where do you go if you have to?
Coffee Run, I'm going to LGO.
Okay, that's a good one. I like.
Mm-hmm.
Do you eat their breakfast?
Yeah, as long as there's no eggs.
No eggs. Exactly. What about Late Night Bite? Where do you go?
Ooh, late night bite. I'm probably going to In-N-Out. I know that's not local. Maybe local, I would say the Porch.
The Porch. Okay. Yeah, Porch is good. I actually had In-N-Out right before we talked here. So, a little a little bit. And then how about I know obviously you worked for the D-backs prior to State 48. Did you have any pregame place you would go to eat downtown near Chase or?
Oh, yeah. So I am going to the Churchill, which is a spot with multiple businesses, but I am always ordering Stoop Kid burgers or from the Hawaiian spot there if I'm headed to a game.
Yeah, no, Stoop Kid, that's so definitely good. The way to go for sure. And now is there, what about, we'll do two more, favorite farmer's market?
Well, the one closest to me is probably the one in Old Town Scottsdale. So I'm always going to that. My favorite find from that farmer's market is a small business called Captain Joe's. She makes like really yummy dips and marinades that are all from fish and they're so good. Like it's all seafood. So it's really yummy.
Yeah, no. So I used to go to that one a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. Captain Joe. I don't know if I have it currently. I'd run to my kitchen to show you, but I'm pretty sure I had it at some point. Last one, dream Arizona collab that you would love to do. If they couldn't say no and you were just like, this is who I want to work with, who would it be or what would it be?
Dream Arizona collab. We have gotten the privilege to work with so many cool organizations. I mean, even this year alone, I'm thinking like some of the really, really exciting ones that stood out to me was like our partnership with Devereaux Golf. We did a whole capsule with Miller Lite. We've done stuff with the Phoenix Art Museum. My dream, I want to say, is I really, really, really would love to work with Fox Restaurant Concepts on some sort of t-shirt. I know they have tons of different restaurants, so finding a way to make a shirt that encompasses all their different vibes, restaurants, different shirts for their different spots would be my dream right now.
There you go. No, see, I knew I knew it would come, and that's a great answer. I love Fox Concepts, and now especially they're they are regional now, because even from Las Vegas, I go back and visit family back there, and there's plenty of Fox Concepts popping up over there too. So, no, they're great. That's a great idea, and I think that is a prime partnership. So, if one person that has the power to do that is listening, call Chloe or me and make that happen. No, that's great answer. Well worth the wait, I will tell you.
All right.
So yeah, so I'll kind of take you off of that and kind of slow it down a little bit. Now, when you joined State 48, now you were with obviously the Arizona Diamondbacks before that. Moving to State 48, was there a skill or I don't know, not personality part, but a skill that you really had to like take a step back and say, I really need to improve when joining State 48, whether it's negotiation or storytelling or management operations? Is there anything that really you're like, wow, I really need to take a step back and really push this direction?
Yeah. I will say, like, this was my first, job straight out of college, right? So I was, I don't know what they call it. What's the term? A sponge. Yes, I
Yeah.
was a sponge, absorbing everything. When, Mike sat there back when I first started, we would sit at like a folding table and with folding chairs in the back of our store. Like that was our office. And he really took the time to teach me everything about the business. So I feel like I was just absorbing so many things and so much knowledge that I don't know if I really had any like bad habits yet to necessarily break, but
Yeah.
things that I learned early on were just like good time management, how to respond to people, how to talk to people and deal with partners, clients, and like gain that professional tone. Mike really showed me all of those different things. And, I think one thing that I've brought with me to any job that I've ever worked that has been the biggest helper in my career is the mindset of never saying that's not my job. So no matter what someone is asking you to do, no matter what the task is, like let people know that you're going to find a way to help or provide the reason as to why you cannot complete what they're asking for. And that helped me tremendously when starting at State 48, because if someone was wanting my help with packing an order, counting inventory, or working in the retail store, no matter what it was, the answer was never like, that's not my thing, or no, that's not my job. And I think that's the best habit that I've formed in my professional career to date.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. I think that's something that candidly a lot of people could probably learn in general. And I think it's something that I jokingly, I wouldn't say I struggle with all the time, but there are times when you're right. You're like, wait, that's almost like it's fighting a knee-jerk reaction because somebody asks you something that isn't your job, whether that's true or not. But you're right, from a customer service standpoint, that's not what somebody wants to hear. You want to hear a solution, you want to hear a plan. At the very least, just something other than no is always no. That's incredible. And so that kind of gives me right into the next question. Is there a piece of advice that you would give young professionals who want to do partnership work here in the Valley, whether it's with State 48 or any of the other incredible brands we have around the Valley?
Totally. I mean, I think my biggest thing was like when you're young and you're in your early 20s, you're discovering what you want to do, like try everything. The first thing you do isn't necessarily going to be what you do forever, or working one certain job doesn't mean you're going to be there for the next 30 years. Like if you're interested in learning more about the world of partnering with other businesses and more B2B focused jobs, go to every event, get in front of businesses, get in front of people in general, because that's where you're going to meet people that give you these opportunities. I literally got this job. I never had a job interview at State 48. I got this job from meeting the State 48 team, staying in touch with them literally on social media, and DMing them one day asking if they needed help. And they did. And then here we are today. So that's like how my story is. And that all happened just because of like talking to the right people, putting myself in the right places. It's really all about like the effort that you put into getting yourself in the right spots.
No, absolutely. And I think people are so afraid of risk, and not saying that you risk it all, but simply just asking. It's something that honestly, had they said no, obviously the future would have changed, but your current position wouldn't have. You wouldn't have known any different. So why not ask? It's what I always tell people. That's my biggest advice, just ask. Worst case, people say no. That's really just what it comes down to. No, that's incredible. So one more question before I let you go. Thank you so much for your time. So what's next for you? What's next for you? What's next for State 48? Like new categories, events, or any more nonprofit ties that you want to think about?
Yeah, I mean, gosh, anytime someone asks what's next, the answer is like, what isn't? Like, I want to do everything. Keep plugging along, right? And every day looks different for us here at State 48. When you work for a small business, a small company, we are all wearing many hats. We're all running our wheels, and we are hoping to continue the amazing momentum that we've built up going into next year. I will say I do believe that partnerships is going to become even bigger for us next year, even on the retail side. So if you shop with us, retail State 48, look for some more partnership focused retail products coming next year. We're trying to, since partnerships have been so successful for us on the B2B side, we're also going to start doing more of that for our retail products. So that is probably what's next, is some more things in that realm.
It's awesome. That's exciting. It's probably, I wouldn't say probably, that's arguably my favorite thing State 48 does, is when you get local artists and really just push out.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So, Chloe, again, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Now, remember, if you've been in an accident, visit azvalleyinjurylaw.com or find us on Instagram at Valley Injury Law. You can also find our incredible guest, Chloe, on Instagram at Chloe Cleveland, and the company that she works for, State 48. It is spelled out. 48 are spelled out. Same thing with state. But be sure to go follow both their Instagrams to see what's coming up next for State 48. And be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a review if you've enjoyed today's episode. We appreciate you all joining us on The Valley's Voice, and we'll see you again soon.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and leave us a review in the comments.